Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. Let's start off with Bitcoin Maxi, Fundstrat's Tom Lee. He's the preeminent. Wait a minute, does he have me blocked? He does. I didn't know this guy had me blocked. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I tell the truth and call him a Bitcoin Maxi. Tom Lee has me blocked. We must have been over the target on him somewhere.
What did Gensler say the other day, that he trusts the Oracle data?
Look, the theme is, folks, all these people that are carded on to CNBC, these are the people that carry the narratives that all these people want you to see instead of telling you the truth. So he's one of the usual suspects on there, so I could see why he wouldn't like me.
It's more than the blockchain
the thing that
distributed ledger, does that? But that was bizarre, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, the blockchain is just one big piece of software, but, I would trust the proof of work concept that you now, instead of having 5 people manage an Oracle database, you have a consensus mechanism, and that's what's
exactly.
So, but Tom, here's the flip side of that, and you've heard it from the Jamie Dimons of the world, maybe even Elizabeth Warrens and others who say, despite what you said about sort of how good the blockchain is to be able to find where things are, it is the medium of choice for ransomware. I mean, just you go through the list of sort of terrible illegal behavior. People in that world seem to love Bitcoin. What does that say about this?
Well, pirates were the first people that liked gold, so we knew gold was a good store of value. But I think equally important, the dollar is used in more illicit activities.
99.
I know we talked about that. Obviously,
99.9.
And Joe's made that point before. But you don't. So you ascribe nothing to the idea that Bitcoin is a beloved currency for those who are trying to do nefarious things.
Well, here's a way to think of it. Criminals don't trust anybody, but they trust Bitcoin. And so if you want to say what is a trusted asset, it's really what would be the least trustworthy.
This is like saying you follow the technology that starts with PORN, right?
No, I think
because that's.
I think it's like
right. I remember like
you can't say the word porn.
It's like blaming the object for itself for the nefarious behavior when it's the humans that are used.
Well, I can tell you, there's a lot of nefarious money that's transported on private jets, but Elizabeth Warren flies around on a private jet, so does that mean that she's nefarious? I mean, come on. Speaking of nefarious, no, I'm not saying he's nefarious, not at all. Mike Novogratz, prominent Democrat. I am lucky enough that I can vote for my soul and not my pocket. In other words, Novogratz has always got to tell everybody that will listen that how rich he is. That's his whole thing. That level of arrogance is the kind of thing that sinks you. So be careful out there. And I said he needs the current corrupt people in power. The people that are in power now have allowed Mike Novogratz to not have to answer any questions for anything. So he hasn't had to answer for ETHgate, to my knowledge. He's on the Freedom of Information Act request list for any communications between him and the SEC when Hinman was in power. I don't know if he's on any of them. I know he's on there. I know that he knew something about what the SEC was going to do before they did it on the Hinman speech, or unless he's got a crystal ball, because we've got him on tape. So, yeah, I think Mike Novogratz might want to keep the same people there that are there currently. And then this is to Squawk Box, because John Deaton's running now. Hey, guys, have you been given your talking points about how to deal with a truth teller like John Deaton running against lying, corrupt Senator Warren yet? Are your handlers going to allow you to have him on? Or will you be too hard on, or will the truth be too hard on your audience? We're watching. So remember, these are the same guys that instead of asking Jay Clayton any serious questions about ETHgate, they hired him, and they've been throwing softballs to him and acting like he's a consultant. They've never asked him any questions, and they're well aware of it. If you remember, Becky Quick one time said that her comment section on Twitter was filled with people saying, ask Jay Clayton about this. And she said she was looking into it, but she never did look into it. Or if she did, she decided not to tell the truth about it or not to cover it at all. So mark my words, folks. If these guys have John Deaton on, it's not going to be for honest reasons. It's going to be as a hit job, because these people will go in protection mode for the people currently in power. That's what they do. And you know who that is. They had Gary Gensler on the other day. His buddy is Elizabeth Warren. In fact, Gary Gensler is Elizabeth Warren's toady, anti-crypto toady. That's what this has all been about. So it's coming for you, Elizabeth. The chickens are coming home to roost. Check this out, new promo for XRP Las Vegas. And look, in the description of this video are all the links if you want to go get tickets. If you go in my private group at daixrp.com, you can get a discount on your tickets.
The XRP Las Vegas countdown continues. Fruition Productions, creators of the XRP Unleashed documentary, will be on location at XRP Las Vegas 2024, doing interviews for the upcoming powerful ETHgate expose, and you could make the final cut. Ripple CTO David Schwartz on stage in a fireside chat, talking everything XRPL and new features adding value to the network. Only a few tickets left for the Future of Digital Assets Benefit Dinner. Join the XRP community in Las Vegas May 3rd and 4th. Get your tickets now.
Yes, sir. Get your tickets. I will be there. Okay, Emi Yoshikawa of Ripple. She was did a YouTube interview with the CFA Society out of San Francisco. Here's a clip about what she thinks is in store for retail crypto investors.
How do you think that will impact retail investors when it comes to cryptocurrency?
Yeah, I think crypto definitely is going to be more and more important part of the retail investors' portfolio. Crypto assets are known to have a very low correlation with the existing traditional asset classes, and also is inflation resistant. And we started to see a variety of financial products leveraging crypto that is coming to the market. For example, Bitcoin futures and Bitcoin options, and also most recently Bitcoin ETFs. So this is a great move, and we will see more and more retail-friendly products that will make crypto much more easily accessible. So I think in order for retail investors to continue protecting and growing their assets, I think it's really important for them to have a crypto literacy, learning about this new asset class and being educated about it. So I'm really optimistic and very excited about this aspect of crypto coming to retail investors' portfolios. It's already happening among millennials, but then I think it will become much more mainstream going forward.
Uh-oh, that sounds optimistic to me. Now, you want optimistic, listen to this. This guy is not if you look right here, this guy is not an XRP guy. He's, I think, probably more a Bitcoin guy. And he says, love it or hate it, if you like making money, it may be time to start paying attention to XRP. I'm going to start here at the 829 mark. Listen to what he says.
The local invalidation. And if we do put in a reversal, well, then again, you're going to expect XRP to outperform Bitcoin by 2 to 3x at the minimum. Now, what's really interesting as well, as I've previously talked about, is that this is the minimum target. But once we manage to get above this minimum target and break through this area that has previously acted as significant resistance. So you can see here as support, it was support, broke down, resistance, resistance, resistance. It's acted as resistance 3 times now. And the thing is that once we break past this resistance, right, At that point, we can expect even more expansion of the upside to at least these highs. So your 200% gain against Bitcoin is kind of like the bare minimum. And then we may reject that red again, or we may break through. If we break through, that opens up the doors to another 600% gain against Bitcoin. And essentially what we'd be seeing is a move like what we saw back in 2017. And so that's why this is such a significant area of interest, why I'm so keen on paying attention to XRP right now, because while it could be the start of a 200% move to the upside against Bitcoin, it may also be the start of an 800% move up against Bitcoin. And that is something that I would like to be positioned for. So this is the Bitcoin pairing on XRP. This is why it's important, why it's significant. Some things that you'll want to look for to give you a kind of a heads up of a potential impending reversal is you want to look for potential bullish divergences, which I've talked about frequently on my Twitter. But we're looking for essentially a swing low to be put in, a key low to be put in, and then a lower low to be made on price, but a higher low to be made on RSI. And you can see right now we don't have that on the daily. We don't have that on the 3-day either. We don't have that on the weekly. So it's not a requirement per se, but it's some added confluence that could give us more confidence in a potential reversal brewing. So in a perfect world, what we'd see here would be a little pop up from this low, and then a subsequent lower low, but with RSI making a higher low. And sorry, this would be like, it doesn't necessarily have to be on the weekly. The higher time frame, the better, but this would probably form on the 3-day here. So we get a little pop up on RSI, and then we get a higher low on RSI. That coincides with a lower low on price. So ideally, this would be the type of setup you'd be looking for further confirmation that a reversal is imminent. We don't have that yet. And again, it's not required, but it's something you want to keep an eye out for. So this is the Bitcoin chart. And again, very bullish if we can hold somewhere between where we are now and this lower invalidation line. And if we do, likely going to see a 200% move up to the upside against Bitcoin. Now, as those of you know, I've been saying for a while that Bitcoin probably outperforms against most alts to new all-time highs. So this may mean that I can't necessarily say with a high level of confidence that XRP starts outperforming tomorrow. This is a 3-day chart, and imagine that this type of a move could take a few weeks to play out even. So I'm not necessarily saying that XRP starts outperforming tomorrow, but it's time to start paying attention. And in the coming weeks, we may see XRP start to outperform. My thinking is that Bitcoin, again, I think is headed to all-time highs pretty aggressively. So maybe Bitcoin starts running aggressively to new highs. And as it approaches 60, maybe breaks new highs, gets close to that, give it a few weeks or so to pass. Then when all start catching up or start pushing, maybe XRP is one of the leaders at that time because of the setup that we're seeing here against the Bitcoin pairing. In any case, that's XRP BTC. The next chart I want to talk to you guys about is XRP Ethereum. This is basically comparing XRP versus Ethereum.
Okay, so just so you know, if there was an 800% gain, it would crush the all-time high, which I believe all bets would be off with the charts at that point. You crush the all-time high. But at 800% and at today's prices, it would put you at around $4.30. Once you crush that all-time high, all bets are off, folks. Now, I'm going to go into DAIXRP.com, and I want to show you those 2 clips of Brad Garlinghouse on Bloomberg, but there's 2 things I think were missed. I think Brad Garlinghouse was talking to us in one of those videos. And there's also an all the world's a stage moment that was potentially missed. So I'm going to show those. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family. We're going to go talk about an all the world's a stage, potential all the world's a stage moment. And was Brad Garlinghouse sending a message to us? Let's go look.